And we're back again once again, ladies and gentlemen, only on it is After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel. And if you have not seen her yet, well, you're probably living under a rock, but well, she is right now has one of the top scenes out for Score Video, and you got to check it out. I'm excited about it. A lot of people are, and we're hoping now that this leads to much bigger things. And as they say, bigger is better. And well, she's living proof of that. I give you the Amazon
Oh,
goddess herself. I give you it's Victoria Vale. So Victoria,
you're too
let's start off
sweet.
here with
Thank you.
a lot of big things are happening here with you. You've got the new big boobs. You're now doing boy
Yeah.
girl. I mean, it seems like you decide, okay, I'm going to take this to the next level.
I
What
don't
was the
know. I
reason
just
behind
felt
it?
like it. You're so right, Chris. That's exactly what I was just like. Okay, well, we're already here, so let's just go all the way, right?
So why? What was the reason behind it, and what made you decide to go? Okay, you know what? I want to take it to the next level. No more, half foot in, half foot out. I'm going full enchilada.
I always felt like I wanted to do it, but there was some parts of it that I was like, oh, I don't know the stigma of it. But I really feel like, I had so much content out there already, and it was something that I wanted to do anyways. So just, sometimes I guess you just have to go for it, right?
So take us to the process behind it in terms of all of a sudden, it's happening. You do boy when you do girl or solo, it's like okay, it's nice, it's artistic. You do boy girl, all of a sudden it's like oh okay, well there's now people staring. There's this guy with his oh crap, okay he's excited. All right, well, I guess we're doing this here. How nervous were you when all of a sudden it's like okay, yeah, there's actually
I
gonna be people
cannot even
watching this,
tell
and
you.
yeah, I can't hide it anymore.
I can't even tell you how nervous I was just to do it. Like that, it felt like my first time ever. Like no joke. But he was really great, and I felt like it was very natural, and there's a lot of chemistry. So it felt right at the time. It really did.
So, what's more nervous, having sex with a guy or having sex with a guy and there's a crowd? Like people think, oh yeah, no, it's you and the guy, the camera. It's like no. There's professional people, there's boom people, mic people, camera people, director. It's a full little crowd there, and they're all staring at you, and you're going, okay, this is
You're
awkward.
so right. It's so different from anything that like I think in people's mind, they look at it and it's, a one-on-one sort of thing. But in actuality, it's, like you said, like a whole crew. It's sort of like an awkward, at least initially, and it's sort of an awkward thing. But um it is a sexy sort of situation though. You know what I'm saying? Like there's something very, I don't know, sexy taboo about it that is very titillating. And I don't know, it's indescribable.
So, what made you get comfortable then? Because most people say, "Oh, we'll have a shot," or "Oh, we'll put our minds someplace else," or "Oh, we'll just focus on the sex." And it's easier said than done because you're still going, "Okay, there's people here." So for you, what was the trick of just going, "All right, screw it, I'm going to do this," and not keep looking over at the camera, keep looking over at other people, and having that sort
Sure.
of instinct to just grab something and cover yourself up.
Sure. I mean, I think it's just focusing on, your partner in the situation and sort of trying to make it as much as you can, just like a one-on-one sort of situation, and focusing on, the how enticing that is. And I mean, I was lucky enough to have, a partner in that was very easy to work with, and I think we had really good chemistry, so I think it was easy to sort of focus on that and put everything else in the peripheral. It was amazingly, despite all of that, all of the extra stuff, like very sexy, very sexy.
How much did it help? You had somebody, as you said, who one, you had chemistry with. Two, he's been in the business for a bit, so
Mhm.
it wasn't like a new guy
Helped
where all
me
of a sudden you're
immensely.
worried,
I
oh
cannot even
crap.
tell you. I will tell you, like, I was so nervous and for a multitude of reasons, and I feel like you really walked me through the process, which there is a process to it, which, people like watching it and, afterwards, like, don't really think about that, but it's a very precise sort of like, protocol of things that you have to do. and he was wonderful at like just walking me through it and sort of being my right hand man to help me. It was great.
So let's talk about this process here, because everybody thinks, oh, it's easy, just have sex and it's like, all right. And no, 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 no. They put you in positions, and some of these positions aren't fun.
Skills and I'm sorry, Chris, what'd you say?
I was gonna say some of these positions they put you in, they're not fun. It's like, you on your knees a lot. No, that's not really fun. Everybody thinks, oh, it's great, I'll have sex in the bed. No, 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 no.
We cut out.
It's like you're on your knees, your back is arched. Next thing you know, it's like, oh God, I need a massage. Give me a massage, God damn it.
Let me tell you, my body was wrecked at the end of the I was wrecked.
How bad? Like, how
Like,
bad was your
it is
body wrecked?
even just the solo let me tell you, even the solo stuff, it's a full day of shooting, so, I mean, you're up at, like, on set at 8 a.m., and you don't finish until about 4 or 5, so it's a full day of shooting, and you're right, it's like it's positions that you're just not normally in, so, I just imagine some sort of, sport that you don't normally do, and then, you try it for a day. Imagine how sore you would be. It's that kind of level sore, I feel like a full day at the gym.
Now, what happens when you get, and everybody gets it, you get the leg cramp or the thigh
Um,
cramp
so
or a calf
let me
cramp?
tell
It's
you,
like you're trying to be sexy. It's like, no, this really hurts. It hurts, motherfucker. It hurts.
you're so right. And that this is the funniest thing about it is that like I feel like the worst part for me, like I didn't really think about like reverse cowgirl and how hard that is as far as thighs. And I feel like I have pretty muscular thighs, but I felt like I had no thigh muscle in that position. Like I it was unbelievable. My thighs were literally shaking by the end of the scene. It was crazy.
So where do you go from now? Because you've gotten a taste and you've enjoyed it. So I'm guessing you're going, okay, well, I want to do this. Will you do for more for score? You got to branch out. And
I don't
how tough is
know.
it when you're still keeping two lives?
Well, I would love to do more. I don't know where it's going to take me. I hope that, I get to do more. I have the opportunity to do more, but I don't know. I don't know where the future holds. Um, People like Casca really inspire me. I think she is just so drop dead gorgeous, and I mean, she's gone from score to like all over the place. I feel like she's everywhere now, and it's amazing. I mean, I can't even imagine having half of that kind of exposure, but I hope to. I don't know. I don't know where I'll go from here.
How much does it change just having a normal life now? Because you and I talked a year ago, and you were just doing girl girl. Now you're doing boy girl, and I'm guessing it's different looks. Friends are
It
looking at
is.
you differently. Families looking at you differently, and they
Well,
don't
I mean,
get, like, this is still a full time job. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm having, this is Sherry's and giggles, and I'm just goofing around having sex. Like, no, no, motherfucker, this is a full time job here. I got to do emails and content and cutting and editing and all this stuff. And there's always a goddamn squiggly line in the video. How do you get rid of that damn squiggly line in the video?
so true. And let me tell you, like, because you're so right about that. Like, you see on the news or something, oh, such and such girl is making like $1 million a year on OnlyFans, and oh, doesn't do anything. I have learned in last year, like, how incredibly difficult it is to like, post content, on a regular basis, to edit videos. Like, it's no small feat. And my hat's off to it, ladies who do it every single day. It's really daunting, and I feel like I have a lot on my plate as far as like just my day-to-day life, and I can't imagine doing that, and then on top of that, daily editing videos and posting, pretty consistent content. So it's a daunting task, and I'm trying to get better at it. I've really tried to get better at my video editing, but man, it's difficult, more difficult than I think people give it credit for.
You experienced it firsthand when all of a sudden you got the words, oh yeah, by the way, OnlyFans is getting rid of porn. Of course, I can really backtrack on it, but you now know, like, okay, I gotta be, 2 steps ahead of him, because they will probably shut down again, or I'll have
Mhm. Heard
Instagram
that.
shut me down, or Twitter. I mean,
Mhm.
how tough is it for you when you're using social media, using the internet to build your brand, and your money, and yet they will cut you off if they feel, oh, you're just obscene, or if they want to get rid of you, or just for any reason they just feel it.
I think there's a big reason why I don't really do it on Instagram, because I feel like if I post any like adult content on there, I'm gonna get banned, and I feel like that's a lot of work to have it just pulled off. I know a lot of girls have like backup, accounts and so on. As far as OnlyFans goes, I'm really working on just doing my own website, and I feel like I hope that that's going to sort of be a workaround from OnlyFans, but that's also a bit of work.
You're doing all this here, and
Immediate
you're
future, but
trying
I
to,
don't
yeah.
know as far as long term.
I was gonna say, you're doing all this here. You're trying to navigate. How tough is it trying to figure out what your direction is going to be? Because I'm guessing, oh, I
It's
want to shoot for all
hard.
these companies. I want to do this, and yet you're also going, well, I want to have my own business. I want to just shoot for companies, and they take, they make 80% off 100% of my work. I mean, how do you try to figure out like what's for you the perfect sort of road to success?
Work around it. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, and I'm trying to sort of find like a middle ground. I mean, I'm not somebody who's probably going to post every single day. I wish I had the time working on building up a lot of content. And of course, that requires a lot of things. I mean, it requires obviously time just to post it, but it also, I think as I've gotten into the boy girl section, I feel like I'm hoping that I can maybe find people to post my individual content with, if you know what I'm saying. Like, like finding somebody who would maybe have content on their OnlyFans and then also on, on mine, but that's it's hard because you really have to network and you really have to get to know people. Even just, other girls, I feel like that's another thing that I would really like to branch out into, like maybe, finding some girls that I could have content where we could share it. Um, but I feel like everybody in today's world is sort of spread out through the US, and it's sort of hard to just make connections like that. And some girls are open to it, some guys are open to it, some people are not. So I guess that's sort of like my next step, is that I'm trying to like just find people that I can collaborate with and hopefully maybe shoot some more scenes. I don't know where it's going to lead with that, but I hope so. Um, and I'm just taking it day by day.
How tough is it balancing these two careers? Because you have your own life, you have your own family,
I do.
I'm guessing, a whole separate job. So how do you balance
I
all that
do.
when this is a 24/7 job itself? And then you have your family. Then you
You're
have,
so right.
so how do you find time to balance it so that one doesn't just dominate over the other?
It's the absolute number one most difficult thing that I feel like that I have to overcome, which is time. And I have like a regular full-time job. I have a family, and of course that's my family is my priority. But um, but I have such a desire to like expand, this part of my life. And it's just a day-to-day struggle. I've been trying to like make plans. I keep saying to myself, like, I'm going to try and set aside every day, like 3 to 4 hours to do customs and, develop things like a website, or just even my OnlyFans. But it's daunting. It really is. But I have swore to myself that I will do better this year, and I will get better at the things that I feel like I'm lacking. So I'm hoping that, the rest of 2021 and, into 2022, I will expand my repertoire and get better at like, video editing, posting, that sort of thing. But it is hard. It is the hardest thing. And it's the only thing that we can't get more of is time. So I'm sure you feel it too.
I do. So I was going to say, how do you? Because there's days you go down that we all say we go down the rabbit hole. We don't come back out because we're too
So true.
busy, editing or networking. And networking
Mhm.
is not really, connecting with people because you're talking business or you're
Right.
sending, calls. Like, how often do you feel sometimes you've missed out on either having drinks with friends, going on dates,
Mhm.
spending time with kids, or spending time with the folks because, oh, I gotta get
Yeah.
this editing done, or I gotta network with this person, or I have a conference call now with school. I gotta do this and
You're
this and
like,
this, and all of a sudden you're
there's
going,
always things about the week that you haven't done and you just feel guilty about. I feel like I'm like a guilt-laden person. I just feel like I always feel guilty about the things that I haven't done in a week. And I feel like I jam pack like 12 hours worth of stuff every day into like a 6 hour block, which again, I'm sure I'm not want to do
How
better. Every day I wake up wanting to do better.
how tough is it finding, as you said, people who are there for the journey, going to help you out? Because that's the toughest part now. You've gotten to that point where you got a taste, you did all this, and yet most people don't think, oh, as we said, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
shooting for score of it. Oh, it's easy, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, we'll help out. Maybe it's like, oh no, I need help with this, and I need you to be patient with me. I need you to understand. I can't return your call maybe the next day or the next 2 days. How tough is it finding people that understand this and still want to help you, and still want to be your friend?
Oh, it's hard, and I feel like I do feel in the, and I feel like I wish I was at a stage in my life where I just had unlimited amounts of time, or more time than what I have now. And I feel, again, I'm just such a guilty person. I feel horribly guilty when I can't get back to people, or I can't follow through with certain needs, or things that I could expand on. Um, I want to, or like even flying overseas or doing something like that. It's just I wish my life was more conducive to that. That I really do, but I just it's so difficult, and it's hard. And I hate disappointing people. I really do. I always want to, be a person of my word and be able to follow through with obligations. And it's just hard. I just never want to make, a promise that I can't keep. But it's difficult. Again, it's just hours in a day, hours in a week. Even shooting a score, I sort of had to juggle a lot of stuff around and sort of get, 1 week where I could just be there, um, with them. So it's a constant struggle, a constant struggle.
So what's on the bucket list for 2021? As you said, you've dipped your toe in, you love it, you've enjoyed it, you did a great job on it. So what do you plan to do going forward? And is there any plans for attending, dare I say, AVN this year?
Oh God, that's my dream. I've always wanted to go to ADM. Let me tell you, it's such a dream to me. Uh, this whole shooting and all of this is such a dream to me, such a bucket list item. But ADM, I would think would be amazing. So here's hoping, even just to go, just to cheer on other people would be amazing to me. I would love that. I hope that they have it in person this year. I hope that this whole COVID thing sort of starts to die down, and we're all able to go like maskless, on a more regular sort of basis to AVN, or even Exotica, something like that. I wish.
Well, very happy, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we always love having her on. I give you the beautiful, the gorgeous, the very super busty. I give you Score Model's new star. I give you Victoria Vale. Victoria, before I let you go, where can fans check you out at? Where is Twitter page, Instagram, the website? Where can fans hit you up at, including the OnlyFans?
Well, my Twitter is at Victoria Vale 00. And then right there has the link to my OnlyFans. And like I said, hopefully I'm working on a site. So hopefully in the next couple months I'll have my own site out, which would just be like www.victoriavale.com. So that's developing, but hopefully in the future, the near future. And of course
Victoria
on
Vale,
school.
ladies and gentlemen, once again, always a pleasure having her on the show. We come back. Stay tuned for more great interviews coming up only on It Is After Hours, only on the After Hours YouTube channel.